I couldn't make this up even if I wanted to. So in case you haven't heard the news already, Mr. Chris Joslin, Mr. 360 flip down El Toro Chris Joslin, Mr. 20 stare don't care Chris Joslin is currently being sued by none other than El Toro High School. Like, as soon as Chris did the trick, it broke the skateboarding internet. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone was reposting it. YouTube went crazy. Instagram went crazy. The Barracks reposted it. Covers of magazines, etc. And then he was basically served papers at his house. And the way they went about this, the way El Toro High School is approaching people, what they're asking for, how they're doing it, who they're approaching, it's honestly insane. It's nefarious, it's malicious, it's disgusting. So Chris Joslin went on the 9 Club and talked about it in high detail. I'm gonna play the clip for you. But before we do that, we gotta talk about something else real quick. So some of you may know this, some of you may not know this, but I love cartoons in case you haven't been able to tell what's going on here in the background. I love cartoons. I've been watching them since forever and still do to this day. I love anime, I love American cartoons. I love everything that has to do with cartoons, especially like the deep, meaningful ones with the hidden messages. And I decided to make my own. I love cartoons. Let me just make my own. So I started animating cartoons a while back. I have another channel called Dude Forever about a 20-something odd golden doodle, humanoid dog that skateboards, has a rough life, a bunch of issues, mental health stuff going on. One of these videos in here, because it has to do with skateboarding. I want to do this like on a maybe monthly basis, like a little skateboarding Dude Forever type video, but let me just play the clip for you guys. Growing up, I loved skateboarding, but also lived in the ghetto and had no money. No, like literally, our utilities were cut off quite often. Given I was a teenager and needed to go to school somewhat presentable, my parents thought getting haircuts was a scam, so they bought me $20 clippers so I can cut my own hair. Desperate for cash, I started cutting my schoolmates and friends' hair for $5 a person. Soon enough, I had enough money to buy myself a skateboard. Do you know how many haircuts I needed to do in order to buy one skateboard? And I'm supposed to destroy this thing? Anyways, one day my dad comes home angry or drunk or high or all of the above and sees my skateboard in my room, walks up to it, and in one single-handed or footed attempt, snaps it in half and leaves. He was a man that just did. No explanations asked or expected. I don't know if I'm able to articulate how that made me feel. Maybe part of me never fully recovered from it, but here I am today, a fully grown adult that covers his office walls with expensive skateboards. Maybe Frederick Douglass was right when he said, it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Or maybe it's just cheaper. So there you have it. Like I said, maybe like once a month or so when I have time, because it's so time consuming. If some of you know about animation, it takes forever to produce, like 60 seconds, dude, like weeks, if not months. It's insane. I'm going to leverage AI or something. Let's see what I can do to pump it out faster. Supporting Dude Forever. You can subscribe to Dude Forever or drop a like on Dude Forever. I'm going to put the link to the channel below. Thank you so much in advance. Let's talk about Joslin. Dude, here's the video and see how it keeps escalating in a very weird way. Let's get it from Joslin directly.
Lawsuits?
Well, that too. That's right. I was getting to that.
Yeah.
You're on your way out the door. And you got people at your door, right?
Uh-huh. With a badge on their hip saying, sit down, we got to talk to you. Some lady with a manila folder, she opens it up, shows me the cover. I was like, you want me to sign that? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. I wish I did, though. Someone said that after. I was like, I wish I was that witty. It's like, well, we have you on video doing this, that, and that. I was like, no, you don't. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I didn't do none of that. And she's like, yes, you do. We have you on footage. I was like, no, you don't have me on footage. I didn't do none of that. She said, we want to know who's going to fix the damages. And I said, not me. Here's a phone number. I got to go get my daughter from school. Goodbye. Wow. But when they showed up at my doorstep, they only wanted like $6,000 apparently is what they said it was. Things out with the school to where it works out for everyone. I'll explain why this is dangerous. Right. Don't do it, this, that, and the other. No, we just want the money. Wow. Basically. Fast forward, they're a little more money into it. It's a whole big theory right now. So
right. Yeah. Talk about like 5 digits rather than like 4.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they're in the, yeah.
It's still pending. Right. Mm-hmm. I think they're dealing with like Thrasher now for the lawsuits and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, because in all literalness, that's not like anything I did wrong. What they want. I did a tray flip down a 20 stair and called it a day.
Exactly.
Later.
Exactly.
Dude, so let's pause right there. True, man. Like, as a grown adult, I understand that skateboarding does revolve around, or it implies damaging structures. Like if you grind, if you slide, whether it's a rail, it's a ledge, anything. I get it. Chip paint, sometimes cracked tiles. Like I get all of that. So no, the skating form is not going to defend like vandalism for no reason. Like I'm a grown man, paid my taxes. I know how the structures are maintained. If it's like state school property, I get it. I get all that. However, understand this. The reason they're going after Joslin, or they started there, is because his name was plastered everywhere. So not necessarily because they have footage of him vandalizing the school. It's because his name was just everywhere. Now, think about this. Logistically speaking, what does doing a trick off of the stairs like a 360 flip or any kind of pop, in the air type of trick? You don't touch anything. You're not supposed to touch anything. You just pop, land on the concrete. You're not grinding the rail. You're not breaking things. You're not waxing things. You're not. You may break your own bones, but not the structure. So that's number one. That's number one flag. Later, I saw that pharmacy. When pharmacy did the $10,000 like trick challenge, in one of their videos, because I haven't been to El Toro personally, but I've seen the clips, and I saw this one angle where the camera was a little higher, and you see that there's a gate up there. There's a gate, and it's usually locked up. So, that's a different story, because I've been guilty of doing some of this stuff back in my youth. Like, oh, you just so happen to have some freaking like bolt cutters in your car. Why is that? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to make excuses for skateboarders. Like if they cut a bolt, if they busted, like a freaking gate, that is a different story. Because if you want to jump off of it, that thing's closed, that's something. So he could have modified that, number one. Let's be honest. But two, here's the worst one. The ground, the stairs leading, like the runway leading up to the first stair and the 20 at the top has those, or had those ridges, for like that make like wheelchairs or just people in general to be more grippy on the concrete. Like it's just ridges that stick out of the concrete. They had a bunch of those. And if you can see from one angle, they smoothen that out. So whether they use a bunch of Bondo, or heck, even at nighttime, maybe somebody brought out one of those like concrete like shaver machines. Who knows what they did, dude? But that area of El Toro High School was recently redone. So if I was a person that kind of approved the project and like months later it's all jacked up, like I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Okay, now I can't catch a specific person, but I see this guy plastered all over the internet. I'm gonna start with him. Okay, in my mind, worst case scenario, get that Joslin guy, make an example out of him. All right. But it's going to stop there, or at least it should stop there, because he's your guy. He's a celebrity right now. He's all over the internet. He is world news right now. So go after him and him only, right? Right? No, you heard that now they went after Thrasher. Dude, Thrasher is a skateboarding like magazine. They are not Chris Joslin, nor is Chris Joslin an employee of them. They're their own, I guess you can say, news. It's because they're sharing events. So it's a news entity covering the Joslin thing, right? So that's flag number one. Wait a second. Why are you going after them if I'm allegedly the one that did it? Number one. Number two, Joslin just said that the number, the amount of money they want started off at like $6,000 or $5,000, and it went now to double-digit thousands. Why would you start a lawsuit and serve some papers at one amount and just start escalating for no reason? Why? Why are you sending it up? I have my thoughts, but now it gets even worse, dude. Check this out.
We covered, obviously we have our live show. We covered the tray flip down on tour. We got hit with the cease and desist from them as well. And but we're just covering what's going out, what's already out there, right? We didn't do anything wrong. They couldn't really do anything, but I think they were trying to shut this whole thing down. Meanwhile, you got every goddamn content creator on the internet creating reaction videos to it. So there's no way that they could stop this thing, right?
Yeah.
But
dude, that right there is the dumbest thing ever, dude. You send a cease and desist to the 9 Club? Why? Again, it's like a news entity. They're covering events around the world related to skateboarding. They didn't vandalize your school. If you don't comply with the cease and desist, what's the next thing? Another lawsuit towards them for what? What are they doing? So it's super freaking shady because it's obvious, it's super clear that they're not after money. They're not trying to get compensation for the damages. Because if that was the case, they would just go to a contractor and say, how much is it to fix this and to fix that? Oh, it's 10 grand, it's 6 grand, it's whatever. Okay. Because they started at 6, so where did they get that number from? They likely got a quote. Okay, 6 grand. All right. Why did the number keep going up? What else are you seeking here? I'll tell you what it is. At first, I was like, what are these like old people from school faculty, like staff and stuff, like trying to get money from you? And then I remember something that I forget often is that I'm no longer a kid, bro. I'm not a teen. I can't look at these people from school as if they're adults and I'm the youngster, I'm the teenager. They're likely my age, bro. The faculty people, the staff of the school, the security guards, all that, the principal, the teachers, they're all like my age, like our age. So they understand perfectly well how social media works, hashtags, trending topics. If they see everywhere in a magazine, on the internet, this superstar that did something in El Toro High School, that's the place where I work at. That's where I'm the principal. I'm going to get a lawyer. Nobody asked for this. We didn't sign a waiver for that. That's all it is, dude. It's not because of the damages. It's because they want a slice of the pie. A famous person became famous because of these stairs? Well, give me some of that. It's no longer 6,000. No. We got to talk like, I'm thinking more like 50. Yeah, I'm trying to pay my car off like early. No, dude, that's super, super shady. It's disgusting. As if there was like a lot of money in skateboarding to go around like that. No, dude, that's so dumb. Cease and desist to the 9 Club. To going after Thrasher, suing Joslin. You start off with an amount, then it goes up. Oh, and here's the kicker. Here's like the cherry on top. As if all this wasn't enough, El Toro was done. El Toro, for skateboarding purposes, does not exist anymore. They put bricks on the run-up, bro. Leading up to the stairs, it's full of bricks now. And planters in the bottom. There's footage of the construction happening now.
Oh, wow.
That's the top of it. They're putting planters in. So we have footage. This was taken off of an Instagram account of them going to work on El Toro, fixing it so nobody can go back. It's shut down.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's over. Like, Joslin did it. It's now sealed forever. There's a big probability that the 360 flip down El Toro was the last trick, at least of our generation, to ever be done at El Toro. It's crazy. It's the end of an era, like, altogether. Oh, so many other people try to do, a couple of people try to do 360 flip down El Toro and just random stuff down El Toro, and I guess it's done for all of them. It's crazy how a ripple effect from one person that did something on that spot shut it down for everyone else, dude. Dang, bro. In the words of the great Kevin Hart,
let me tell you something. I put that key in that door and locked that mother, didn't I? Hey, okay?
Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.